In the world of Cyberpunk 2077, if you want access to the most lethal weapons available, you are primarily looking at Borg or Assisted Combat Personal Armor, aka ACPA weapons. The armamentorium available to those who embrace metal over meat in Night City consisted of more than 72 different types of weapons specific to Borgs and ACPA troopers during the time of Cyberpunk 2020. In my experience, and with some inspiration from Adam Smasher, the top Borg and ACPA weapons are as follows. Arasaka Pocket Tsunami Grenade Launcher. Arasaka has had great success with two weapon systems, the Oni 10-gauge assault shotgun and the 25mm Tsunami Grenade Launcher. Both weapons have filled a need that was not serviced by other products to date. The Oni is an ammo hog and too heavy to be deployed in less than powered armor. The Tsunami, however, is a very flexible option at several levels. The 14 25mm support grenade launchers offered by other manufacturers are useful, but limited in the urban battlefield. These are low-pressure systems that lack the range and speed of delivery necessary for urban assault needs. The Tsunami's unique high-pressure design, providing both longer effective range and greater delivery speed, are valuable in today's conflict environment. The term pocket grenade launcher is also misleading. This is a small and very mission-specific weapon, more similar to a pocket battleship than to a pocket knife. This weapon gives full conversion cyborgs a devastating primary support weapon, infantry a very portable effective support weapon, more versatile than a mortar, and ACPA an awesome sidearm. Arasaka Rage 15mm SMG assault weapon. Arasaka developed the Rage as a primary anti-cyborg light vehicle weapon system for full conversions in ACPA. The weapon comes standard with a telescoping stock that stows conveniently for use by full conversions. A selection of different finishes including stainless, basic, black and horde chrome are available. There are a variety of magazine sizes to fit any style from sidearm to primary weapon. Calling this weapon a submachine gun is not quite the truth. It describes the weapon's mission more accurately than its actual size. The designers have discarded the necked-down casing for a simpler straight casing with about 2/3 the muzzle energy of the original design, though it greatly decreased range. This still allows for massive damage to armored personnel, including full conversions in ACPA, armored vehicles and structures. Currently, the only rounds available are high explosive and a standard ball-type practice round. This is a far stretch from the pistol-caliber SMGs of original nomenclature. The user's main problem is finding something worth shooting at. Magnum Opus Hellbringer .666 Magnum Revolver. A massive double-action revolver. This huge weapon holds only 3 rounds in its solid titanium steel cylinder, but each one is a .666 Magnum Mankiller. It's a break-action design engaged by a left side thumb button. Each of the 3 steel case shells holds one .666 caliber lead slug, which hits harder than most Magnum or Nitro Express hunting rifles. These rounds will put even the toughest armor to shame. The entire handgun is composed of steel and ultra-strong hybrid alloys, except for the ergonomic combat-style grips, which are made of neoprene, and the ported barrel has a heavy full-length underlug for balance. While the Hellbringer comes with no fancy electronics, most owners supplement the blade-type sights with at least a laser sight. With only 3 shots, you must make each one count. Adam Smasher once got into an argument on who had the most powerful hand cannon, with a street rat who insisted that his wimpy 3516 couldn't be beat. I laughed in his face, which he took to mean that I didn't have a better argument. But I did. I dragged my Magnum Opus Hellbringer out of my overcoat and hunked it on the table in front of his gawking face. The stainless steel 4kg revolver made his jaw hang open and his eyes cross. He just kept drooling as I showed him its 3.666 Magnum steel-cased cartridges. It was a truly sad sight, so I shot that stupid expression right off his face. That brought him to his senses. I remember his head was just like a balloon full of blood to my Hellbringer. I hear Magnum Opus is working on a .88 Magnum version. I can't wait. Slam Dance Incorporated Hyper Hammer. This is a close combat weapon designed especially for full Borgs. It is a heavy solid tungsten sledgehammer designed with ergonomic combat grips, spiked knuckle guards, and a thumb switch activated rocket booster built into the back of the hammer's head. When fired, the rockets blast the hammer around a near supersonic speed, delivering unheard of wound potential. Unfortunately, the Hyper Hammer may be used 2 times before needing to be refueled with jet fuel. The handle and grips can be folded down so that a large person could conceal the Hyper Hammer under a trench coat. Unsurprisingly, the Slam Dance Hammer was one of the personal favorites of Adam Smasher. Adam described it as stylish, fun, and damn effective. See, I'd been audited off the head of security for our primary competitors, and I was supposed to make a statement with this job. Well, I eventually found this guy and cornered him in the underground parking lot of its ritzy-ass Connacht. I decided I'd let him get in one good hit before I dispatched him. I knew it would amount to squat against me anyway, so I waited for him to take its best shot. Thing was, he was so scared that he froze, so I got impatient and took my best shot instead. I pulled out my brand new Slam Dance Incorporated Hyper Hammer and fired it full on into his solar plexus. The fat slob's whole ribcage caved in. Some of his organs jumped out of his mouth. I couldn't identify them. I was busy, and I crushed in the driver's side of his Beamer like it was tinfoil. How sweet it was. The best part was that I'd had our company's logo embossed in reverse on the striking end of the hammer, so this dead, inside-out corp cop had an Arasaka logo permanently molded into his body. It was a real scream. United Armaments Claw. Weighing in at 16 kilograms and measuring over 4 feet in length, this assault weapon is designed for use by combat Borgs and powered armor, and is totally unmanageable by unenhanced troops without a powered exo mount. The Claw is a multi-role weapons package, consisting of a semi-automatic 4-gauge shotgun with a modular underbarrel support weapon, all housed in an all-weather, heat-resistant, impact-proof polymer ceramic composite which is stronger than steel. The 4-gauge shotgun shell was a scattergun round used in the early 20th century to hunt ducks. Traditionally, a 4-gauge gun would be bolted down to the stern of the boat, and then the entire boat would be pointed in the general direction of a flock of ducks or other fowl. After the smoke cleared, the hunters would collect the carcasses floating in the water. In 2020, the 4-gauge has been revived as an extra high lethality munition, using shell casings made of a heat-resistant and heat-absorbing plastic, which acts as a thermal sink to ensure that the claw does not overheat. The bullpup claw feeds from a large 28-round box magazine, but the breech can be locked open to allow special rounds to be singly loaded, and the fully automatic firing rate is 425 rounds per minute. Beneath the barrel of the shotgun is an interchangeable underlug which can be fitted with any one of the following support weapons: an 8-shot microwaver, a cartridge loading Kendachi flame gun, a 4-shot pump action 25 MRN grenade launcher, a 4-shot micro missile launcher, or a small SMG. Whatever the support weapon is, its magazine loads forward of the claw's grip and trigger array and will have its operation slaved to the weapon's computer. The claw comes chipped from the factory with IFF and security functions as standard features, making it fully compatible with ACPA fire control systems and metalhead neural processors. This weapon is best known for its employment by the Detroit PD Sea SWAT Enforcer Borgs. Tsunami Arms Helix. This massive weapon is arguably one of the most devastating small arms for close-range house-to-house combat. A hex-barreled galling shotgun which fires binary 10-gauge shells at 1,300 rounds per minute, about 3 feet in length. The gun's 6 barrels are all a respectable 80 18-inch long. The Helix has an inclined rear pistol grip as well as a top-mounted forehandle. It has no stock, since it was built to be fired from the hip. To aid in aiming, there is a top-mounted laser sighting system with adjustable pattern matching capability. The Helix is constructed of high-tech composites and lightweight alloys and weighs 15 kilograms. Its projectiles consist of conventional 10-gauge slugs or packages of shot or flechettes stored in a synthetic canister. The ammo feed, centrally located beneath the tubular body of a gun, accepts either a belt feed or a box magazine, which contains an ample supply of binary propellant and stores 60 projectiles. A rotor in the feed aligns the projectiles as it loads them. The weapon's binary propellant eliminates the bulk of a stabilizing element in its ammunition and instead uses two gases which separately are stable but are volatile when injected into the ignition chamber. EMG-85 4mm railgun. The immense power requirements of this weapon mean that many users have questioned its battlefield value. Once the ammo clip is used up, the Gauss is completely useless, having expended its entire power pack. It cannot be reloaded in a combat situation. While it has limited tactical value, the consolation is that the railgun is considered matchless in penetration and firepower. ACPAs also have access to a few experimental weapons. The painting laser. During the time of the Fourth Corporate War, the only viable battlefield laser weapon, it was not designed to deliver physical damage on par with standard projectile weapons, rather blind the enemy. Biological opponents caught by the laser were permanently blinded. Thank you for chipping in.